Now, Chief of the Army Staff also made a big statement on the situation at the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh. Speaking exclusively to India Today, the Army Chief said that the situation along the LAC is normal after disengagement that had been carried out on the north and south bank of Pangong. But both India and China remain engaged on other friction points. Let's listen in. General, if I may shift to the situation along the line of actual control, what's the current situation at the LAC and especially at the friction points, and in your appreciation, sir, the road ahead?
Well, the situation on the LAC has been normal for quite some time now, ever since the disengagement took place again, which had happened in February this year, from the northern and southern banks of the Pangangso as well as the Kailash ranges. And since then, both sides have strictly adhered in letter and spirit to the disengagement that was agreed upon. We are engaging with the Chinese at various levels, at the political level, at the diplomatic level, and of course at the military level, and in the military level also at different levels, whether it be the senior highest military commander down to the delegation leader. So this talk between us is going on, and this has helped build trust between the two sides, and going ahead we are sure that we will be able to resolve all the remaining issues.
I want to bring in India Today's editor defense, Abhishek Bhalla, for more on this. Abhishek, along the line of actual control, especially when it comes to friction points at Gogra, at Hot Spring, at Depsang, what is the situation after the last round of Corps Commanders talks? Because we were also told that the Chinese seem to want to scale it down to the level of div commanders or major generals and not Corps Commanders as lieutenant generals. And India is very keen that de-escalation, disengagement and then de-induction happens. On ground, we hear of China actually building up.
Gaurav, what is important to understand is that since that initial disengagement that took place at Pangong Lake, things have been calm. There has been no untoward incident, no clashes or the troops coming face to face. But the build-up certainly remains exactly in the same manner as it was a year back. The enhanced troop deployment from both sides has also not been reduced. But there is one key takeaway from what the Army Chief told to you in that interview. He said that through the dialogue that is continuing at the military level, both at the top commanders level as well as at the junior officers level, it has helped them build trust. Now, this is something very important because over the last 1 year, what has happened is that there has been a major trust deficit between the two militaries, even though they have been constantly speaking. So for the chief to say that there has been some restoration of trust is something which is very significant. But what is important to note is that India has been sticking to its demand of restoration of status quo ante as of April 2020. That still doesn't seem to be taking place because the Chinese continue to be extremely rigid and stubborn when it comes to other friction points whenever there is a military dialogue.
Oh, absolutely. Also, a buffer zone at areas where both may have disengaged. Now, China's always been keen on a buffer zone. India wants to ensure that we're able to patrol till the patrol points. When will that happen? We'll track that story very closely. Abhishek Bhalla, for the moment, many thanks for joining me.